Okay, Jeremiah Johnson contradicted himself. He made a prophecy that had nothing to do with Trump being president into a boast that he prophesied a 2016 Trump presidency. So I'm going to get into showing that here. I want you to listen to this clip real fast, and it'll kind of lay the foundation and the groundwork. This video, I was wrong, part one by Jeremiah Johnson. Click down here to the more, and it gives the date February 8th, 2021. And that was 1 month after he apologized initially for having a false prophecy or a failed prophecy. So this is that video. I've got it queued up here. I'm going to go ahead and play this for just a few seconds. Here we go.
At this point, I interpreted this dream that I had on the 20th that if 2 out of the 3 events happened, I began to publicly prophesy for the very first time that Donald Trump would win re-election. Now, again, I want to remind those watching, I prophesied in 2015 that he'd win the 2016 election.
You see that? He said he'd prophesied in 2015 that Donald Trump would win the 2016 election. So this is what I'm going to show. This is not true. He did not prophesy that. He was very adamantly saying that his prophecy was not about that, but then he changed his narrative. So I'm going to show that here. Let's see. Here's the prophecy. I was able to find it on his own page. He used to have Behold the Man Ministries. He rebranded in 2015 from one brand to Behold the Man Ministries, and then he rebranded again in 2017 to Jeremiah Johnson Ministries, and now Jeremiah Johnson Ministries is no longer a ministry name. It's Alter Global. So this is Behold the Man Ministries. This is on webarchive.org. So I found this just to show you the date here. This was posted on Charisma Magazine 7/28/2015. Same July or 7/28/2015, Jeremiah Johnson. And again, this is on the beholdthemanministries.com archived website. So just scrolling down just to the prophecy part, this is the prophecy right here. So he got it maybe, or he claimed to have it several weeks earlier than the 28th. Trump shall become my trumpet to the American people, for he possesses qualities that are even hard to find in my people these days. Trump does not fear man, nor will he allow deception and lies to go unnoticed. I'm going to use him to expose darkness and perversion in America like never before, but you must understand that he is like a bull in a china closet. Mark that word closet. He changed it in another retelling of this just recently to shop. Many will want to throw him away because he will disturb their sense of peace and tranquility, but you must listen through their bantering to discover the truth that I will speak through him. I will use the wealth that I have given him to expose and launch investigations searching for the truth. Just as I raised up Cyrus to fulfill my purpose and plans, so I have raised up Trump to fulfill my purpose and plans prior to the 2016 election. That's important. Prior to, pay attention to that detail. Prior to the 2016 election, you must listen to the trumpet very closely, for he'll sound the alarm, and many will be blessed because of his compassion and mercy, though you may see the outward pride and arrogance. I've given him a tender heart of a father that wants to lend a helping hand to the poor and the needy, to the foreigner and to the stranger. There is absolutely nothing in this original prophecy about Donald Trump being president in 2016. It says absolutely nothing about that. So when Jeremiah gave this word, he was catching all kinds of flack over it. And this is he made some posting on social media. You can't recover it anymore. It was Behold the Man Facebook page, which is no longer in existence. But this reporter on this date, August 13th, 2015. So this is about 2 weeks after the 28th of July. Okay. He posted this on his own website. Charisma Magazine took it. It went viral and he was getting all kinds of flack. So this is a clarification. And this reporter has a copy of the prophecy here too, right? I will raise up Trump to fulfill my purposes and plans prior to the 2016 election, right? This is Jeremiah's clarification from his website. Now there's a hyperlink in here, but you click on it and you can't go to anything from that. But the reporter recorded this. He said, I'll not attempt. This is Jeremiah from his website, according to this report. I will leave that up to the Lord Jesus now, and when I stand before him and give an account for every word I've spoken. The goal of this post is strictly to help those read the article and have questions of what largely appears to be a gross misinterpretation of what was published, he said. Then he noted what the article does not say. Donald Trump will be the next U.S. president. It does not say Donald Trump will be the next U.S. This is the article that he's talking about, what I just read to you from. It was posted on Charisma, posted on his own site. The article does not say Donald Trump will be the next U.S. president. The article does not say Donald Trump will be the GOP nominee. You all get that? Well, let's go on to the next one, because in 2016, I'm going to scroll up here. The Donald Trump debacle. Okay. Let me scroll up here so we can get a little time reference here. It says here at the beginning of this article, as I sit down to type out this prophetic dream that I had last night on February 25th, 2016. So the dating of this article is February 26th, 2016. And let's go to the Donald Trump debacle. Okay. He's talking about, he shared this prophecy, Trump will become my trumpet to the American people, that he was a modern day Cyrus. Okay. Saying all these things. And here he comes down. I can assure you that my motivations of publishing that prophetic dream about Donald Trump or any other one that I have published publicly has had nothing to do with wanting to be famous. To my incredible disappointment, the majority of the media and Christian world either misunderstood or misinterpreted the prophetic dream and word about Donald Trump. Whoa, they misunderstood and they misinterpreted it. Listen to this. Let it go on the record one more time. Why would someone say one more time? Because they've said it before. They've said it before, and there's a note of frustration in here. I've been trying to tell you guys again and again, and I can't get the point across. One more time. Let it go on the record one more time. The dream regarding Donald Trump was neither an endorsement of his personal life or political run, nor was it a prediction or a prophecy that he would become the 2016 U.S. president. You remember that audio clip we just listened to a minute ago? He said that he did prophesy that in 2015. This is the prophecy being referred to. Never happened. Never happened. So this is, again, this is February 2016, and he's saying that prophecy had nothing to do with Donald Trump being the 2016 U.S. president. Let's fast forward to October. The Donald Trump guy, that's the heading in the article. Again, I want to scroll back up. Let's get a time on this. Here's the time, October 11th, 2016. Again, this is beholdthemanministries.com. This is Jeremiah Johnson. Okay. So we got the date, we got the website, we got the author. October 11th, 2016. This is less than a month before the 2016 election. Let's scroll down in this article. I will have all the links in the description, but I'm just jumping down to the Donald Trump guy. After releasing the prophetic word concerning Donald Trump in July of 2015 for Charisma magazine, I have been coined the Donald Trump guy in nearly 15 states that I preached in this year, thousands of nasty emails across the country. I've been accused of everything from saying that he would win the 2016 election, which is false. He's saying I didn't say that. He's accused of that, and that's a false accusation. That's what he's saying right there, black and white. To have some type of political agenda and influence God has given me. Neither one of these accusations are true, but nonetheless, I must confess that I do not have an allegiance to Donald Trump or Hillary Clinton. In fact, in the Florida primaries, I did not vote for Donald Trump. The primaries are in 2016. So he's saying just in recent months, we had whenever the primary is in Florida, I'm not sure off the top of my head. They're early in some states and later in others. Okay. So he was saying in 2016, he did not vote for Donald Trump. Well, in that video clip that we just saw, he said that he prophesied in 2015. And again, this is that we'll get back to it and play it again. But that clip was February of 2021. Okay, he's apologizing for the 2020 false prophecy. But then he's going back and saying, look, I was accurate before, and I've been accurate all these other times, and that's what he was pointing out and saying that. So anyway, he's saying here again, so there's two articles that were published on his own website in 2016 where he said this prophecy had nothing to do with Trump being the president. Now I want to show you something. Here's another clip from that same video. I was wrong, part one. Again, let's go and check in February 8th, 2021. This is the same video I played the clip of. This is a different clip. And let me see, make sure on my notes that I'm in the right place. I am. I'm going to play a little bit here, maybe a couple minutes. Let's make sure the speed is up. It is. Okay, let's go ahead and play this and listen to
This
this.
was the word that God gave me in July of 2015 concerning Donald Trump. God said, Trump shall become my trumpet.
Okay, I'm going to point something out here. He's got the text on the screen. Okay. And he changes a few words here and there. And I think that's inexcusable because one, you're claiming that you had an open vision, wrote this stuff down. It was published on Charisma. It was published on his own website. It's written in his book. Dr. Brown posted it on his Facebook. It is in the part one video. This video is part two about this trumpet prophecy and Jeremiah changing his narrative. But it was consistently told the same way. And in this one time, finally in 2021, he retells it, even has it typed in here on the screen, and he changes several of the words, and it necessarily changes the meaning of the prophecy.
To the American people, for he possesses qualities that are even hard to find in my people these days. Trump does not fear man, nor will he allow deception and lies to go unnoticed. I am going to use him to expose darkness and perversion in America like never before. But you must understand that he will be like a bull in a china shop.
China shop is not the wording that he used before. Let's go to that and double check and verify that. He'll be like a bull in a china closet. And he tried to make some significant meaning out of that. I saw it one time. I don't know if we'll cover that in this video. But why do you claim that you have an open vision and it's published multiple times, even in a book? The book Trump 2019 and Beyond was published in January of 2019. So 2015 to 2019 at the beginning, all that span of time, it's written basically the same way. And now the wording of it starts to change a little bit. Why is it the same for years and then it suddenly changes?
Many will want to throw him away because he will disturb their sense of peace and tranquility. But you must listen through the bantering to discover the truth that I will speak through him. I will use the wealth that I have given him to expose and launch investigations searching for the truth.
Notice the prophecy says he's going to use Trump's wealth. It does not say that Trump will be using the power of the presidency.
Just as I raised up Cyrus to fulfill my plans and purposes, so I have raised up Donald Trump to fulfill my purposes in the 2016 election.
Okay, now here in this video, again, this is February of 2021. So I've raised up Donald Trump to fulfill my purposes in the 2016 election. That's not anything like that's been worded every time that this is published before this time. Not anything worded like that. I've checked and verified this in the Trump 2019 and Beyond book, but he says here, I have raised up Trump to fulfill my purposes and plans prior to the 2016 election. Do you see that? And yet here, he's saying, I've raised up Donald Trump to fulfill my purposes in the 2016 election. He just changes for the first time in here.
You must listen to the trumpet very closely, for he will sound the alarm, and many will be blessed because of him. Though many will see the outward pride and arrogance, I have given him the heart of a father.
Okay, I'm not going to harp on that too much, but he left out like the last sentence in that. So let's go and hear this again.
At this point, I interpreted this dream that I had on the 20th, that if 2 out of the 3 events happened,
he's talking about explaining the 2020 election and why he falsely prophesied that.
I began to publicly prophesy for the very first time that Donald Trump would win re-election. Now, again, I want to remind those watching, I prophesied in 2015 that he'd win the 2016 election.
Did he prophesy that, ladies and gentlemen? Is that what he said? It's obvious. I've shown it. I've proven it. What that prophecy said. We read the whole text of the whole thing. It didn't say anything about Donald Trump. He immediately was clarifying that. Even to the day after the election, when he was on Dr. Brown's radio show, he was still saying that that prophecy was not about that. Michael Brown made a point to say that. So the point that I'm making is that from when he initially released that prophecy, he was saying publicly that it was not about Donald Trump becoming president all the way into November 2016. So that's, a year and 4 months later. For that whole time, he was maintaining that that prophecy said nothing about Donald Trump being president or the nominee. And now, yet in this clip, he's saying that he prophesied Trump would be the president.
Was Amy Coney Barrett being set in
Hear it
as a
one more time.
judge on the court before the election day. And then the third part of the dream was Donald Trump being reelected. Again, this is October 20th. Everything that I'm telling you has been documented online. Well, on October 25th and 26th, the Los Angeles Dodgers won the World Series, just like I'd seen in my dream. And on the 26th, Amy Coney Barrett was set in as a Supreme Court judge in place of Ruth Bader Ginsburg. At this point, I interpreted this dream that I had on the 20th, that if 2 out of the 3 events happened, I began to publicly prophesy for the very first time that Donald Trump would win re-election. Now, again, I want to remind those watching, I prophesied in 2015 that he'd win the 2016 election.
He did not prophesy any such thing. And he knows it. This is flat out untrue. He's lying. When someone is going to stand in a prophetic office or claim one and they're lying, we have every reason to believe that there's an operation of the lying spirit going on. This is not good. So anyway, test all things and hold fast to that which is good. I don't want you taking my word for anything. Look into things, fact check, do whatever you got to do. All the links are going to be in the description. God bless you. Thanks for tuning in and listening.